Oh, welcome back. Anton Guinea here, leaders with influence and public speakers who communicate to care and connect. So, today, a life experience I had to have. This is the worst, most costly mistake I've made in the workforce, bar none, ever. And it's due simply to one character flaw that I have, and that is not being a detail person. And I've tried to change it over the years, and in some ways I've improved significantly. In other ways I haven't. This particular experience went like this. I was a maintenance superintendent. I was a really young maintenance superintendent. I was climbing the ladder of corporate success, and I was looking after a couple of hundred people at this stage in this acid plant and primary smelter as part of a copper smelter and refining plant down in Wollongong, which no longer exists because we couldn't keep it running because it was too old. Long story. One day we were repairing this pipe, and I'll never forget, there was a fitter turner out there, and he was doing this pipe up, and I'd done the calculations to know how tight the bolts needed to be tightened up on this pipe to keep the acid in this pipeline. And as he was tightening it up, he said, "Anton, it doesn't feel right. Do you want me to tighten it up?" And I said, "Mate, go ahead, go right ahead. I've done all the calculations. It's going to be okay." So as he tightened this bolt, it snapped. It wrecked the flange or the pipe that it was on, and it destroyed the bolt, obviously. The challenge was we didn't have another flange. It was going to take 24 to 48 hours to get one made. The whole plant was down for the next 24 to 48 hours based on the fact that I'd made an error in a calculation because I rushed it. And then, even though he told me that it didn't feel right, I said, "Go ahead," because she'll be right, mate. I've done the work. Well, I hadn't done the work. Well, I had done the work, I hadn't done the detail. And that's the challenge when you're not a detail person. You make mistakes. And I never got that double checked. And you know what? I never did a calc again without getting it double checked on that site. When the general manager and I had a discussion about that particular breakdown, he shared with me that I'd just cost the plant about $500,000 or $1 million in downtime, because that's what copper was worth at the time based on our output. So it's something I'm not proud of. It was a huge learning experience and an experience I needed to have. And I just wonder, as a leader, what you can take away from this story, and it's do the detail a little bit better. And if you don't do detail well, find someone, get an ally around you who's sitting over here, get an ally around you who does do detail well, right?